अगर मैं इंडिया के बाहर होता और मैं कुछ कमाता तो मैं अपने देश के लिए कुछ न कुछ करता। जो एनआरआई है उनको अपने देशवासियों के लिए थोड़ी हमदर्दी होनी चाहिए। यहाँ के लोगों ने उनको वहाँ भेजा, माँ बाप ने उनको पढ़ाया होगा, लिखाया होगा, उसके बाद वहाँ भेजा कि वहाँ जाके कुछ कमा के आएगा तो हमको भी मदद करेगा। तो वहाँ जाके लोग भूल जाते माँ बाप क्या है, भाई बहन क्या है। 100% मैं अपनी पूरी पूंजी तो नहीं मगर अपने पास अपना खाना पीना, खाने पीने का इंतजाम बचा के मैं अपने देशवासियों के लिए मदद करता।
AFP's mission is to link the Asian diaspora with grassroots charities back home. And these are the kind of charities that they would not normally hear about. So they're not household names, they're not international NGOs, they're small groups working at local level for local people, and they are the change makers.
I think as people who have a lineage that comes from a country like India, you know, and as British Asians, I think it's very important that we have some kind of respect for our history and the history of our ancestors, and maintain some kind of connection with that country, and that we have some kind of respect for what happens to that country now, and particularly the people in that country.
They can help in terms of donating money or their time volunteering for these charities back home.
So it's almost time for me to be going to India. Quite nervous about it all. I'm feeling very scared as well. At the same time, I'm feeling really, really excited.
I'll miss, my bed, my hair straighteners, the television, my hi-fi. I'll miss that a lot.
When you go to India and you sometimes have kids smaller than you hanging on to your legs because they want food or money. I think it's really, really difficult to deal with. It's important not to shut off to it, and it's important to realise that it is a problem and that you can actually make a difference and help. We're in the kitchen, and this is my mother. Hi.
We have found our parents are quite nervous about our children doing international volunteering.
My daughter is very special. She only told me about 10 days ago, and I was quite shocked. Well, I didn't really think that she meant it, that she was going to go. I'm afraid of the whole Indian system, how Indian countries run. It's the safety, the police, the law, everything, and it becomes quite difficult actually for people to handle Indian people, and when you've lived abroad.
So I think it's difficult for my parents to realise why we would want to go to India, because they came away from it. So I think they can find it difficult to understand why we'd want to go back.
We give parents a lot of information about how the volunteer will be supported in terms of once they're in the country, what systems we have. We prepared the volunteers quite well in terms of taking care of themselves, in terms of health issues, medical information, security, local security issues.
At some point I started to realise that I actually didn't know that much about, the country that I'm from and my background. So I'm looking forward, I'm really, really excited to go.
This is my first time, so it's an experience for me. Quite a lot to take in at the moment, I think. You okay? Yeah. रोज रोज काम करते हैं? किस क्लास में? 7th में.
इसमें 2 रूम है, एक किचन है, 2 लड़के हैं, 3 लड़की है। उसमें 2 की शादी हो गई, अभी 3 बाकी है। चारपाई इधर पड़ी है बाहर, वो यहाँ रख देते हैं।
Okay.
बाकी नीचे लेट जाते हैं।
It hits home how much I take for granted at home, really. Like, I don't know, I'm living with 3 people in a house with 5 rooms. Here you see 5 people living in 1 room.
The value that is added by Amiti is that it is somebody from the outside world. She is a woman who they would aspire to be. It would significantly add to their self-confidence that here is a person from the outside world, well learned, coming from the West, again an Indian, is appreciating the work of women who, as I said earlier, are largely illiterate.
SAD's founder is a gentleman who's East African Indian who went to live in India and saw the extent of poverty and felt compelled to do something about it, and hence he started SAD.
Growing up abroad did give me a different understanding of what it is like to be a migrant and coming in a strange place and trying to rebuild your lives, which is also what the urban poor are trying to do. What subsidies do, what largesse does is make beggars out of people. And when you see yourself as a beggar, what kind of esteem do you have? Essentially, SAD is ordinary people. Motivated ordinary people who come from different backgrounds, who have got together and partnered with slum residents.
SAD is a fantastic project. It's been working for 30 years in some of the largest slum areas in Ahmedabad. They're basically working to support women in terms of the concept of saving money so they can come out of this poverty trap, so they don't have to depend on the money lenders and get themselves into awful trouble.
પહેલાં તો મશીનની બહુ આમ હતી પણ પૈસા નહોતા ત્યારે એટલે બે પછી હું આ કામ કરું ને ભરત ભરીએ ને ઓલું ને પેલું એમ કહીને ચલાવીએ શું કરવાનું ક્યારેક તો હોય નહીં ક્યારેક તો ઘરમાં ખાવાનું ના હોય પહેલાં રોજ 20નું પીતા રોજ 20 હું 20નું રાંધું ને 20નું પી જાય 10-15 રૂપિયાનું કરી એટલું તો ખાવામાં જતું રહે છોકરીને બિસ્કીટો ને પેલું માંગે એને ખવડાવવાનું તેમાં જ જતું રહેતું પછી આ તો બેનું પાસે ગઈને એમને સલટી આપી એની ઉપરથી મેં મશીન લીધું અને પછી 200 મશીન ઉપર કામ કરીને હપ્તા ભર્યા એમ કરીને ઘરનું મશીન બનાવ્યું કેટલા રૂપિયાનું મશીન હતું આમ 5000.
When Sakhi was set up, it was essentially 25 women who were saving 20 rupees a month. I mean, it's really very small amounts compared to HSBC.
Okay, as far as requirement for personal funding or personal loans, that's what we call here in India, the requirement would be, again, the documentation to verify the person's identity and address. So that would be mandatory. If you want more facilities, then it would require upward balances of say 1 million or about 2 or 3 million.
25 રૂપિયાથી જોડાણા ને 10 રૂપિયા ફોર્મ ભર્યું અને 15 રૂપિયા અંદર મૂકાય એમ કે હવે તમારા 25. સખીમાં તો બધા બેનો આવતા હતા કે તમારે જોડાવું, તો મેં કીધું મારે તો પહેલાં જોડાવું. પછી આ બેનું કામ લઈ આવ્યા તો કામ ચાલુ કર્યું. મકાન લીધું ને ત્યારે 15,000 લીધા હતા મેં.
Okay, well, Mum, I know you were worried about me coming here, but the experience that I've been having and the experience that I am having has really kind of opened my eyes to the kind of India that perhaps that you've grown up in, and the kind of India that you know and that you tell me I don't know enough about to decide whether or not I want to go there. I don't know. There was nothing to be scared of, basically.
Globalization has a huge impact on India. It is doing very well out of it. But once you leave the cities, the situation is very, very different. You travel along the roads and the infrastructure gets from bad to worse. You get into villages and you see kids hanging around, you see people who haven't eaten for days.
You could end up in a very negative world where MTV and McDonald's and so on are actually perceived as globalization and development, and real development, human development, development of actually enriching the lives of people who really need to be helped. That's just left by the wayside.
ಅದ್ರ ಮೊದಲು ಬರ್ತಾ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಪಿಡ್ಸ್ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ. 3 ವರ್ಷಕ್ಕೆ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಈ ಥರ ಆಗೋಗಿದ್ದಿದ್ದು. ಮೊದಲಿಂದನೂ ಮಾತನಾಡ್ತಾನೆ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಮಾತನಾಡಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಏನೂ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಅದೇ ಇದೊಂದು ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡಿ ಅವರವರಿಂದನೇ ಇನ್ನೇನು ನಮ್ಮ ಯಜಮಾನ್ರನ್ನ ಭಾವನೆ ಇಲ್ಲದೇ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡೋದು ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡ್ತಾಯಿದ್ವಿ, ವ್ಯವಸಾಯ ಕೆಲಸ ಎಲ್ಲ.
Charity work in mental health becomes important because the people have disability related to mental illness. And many times the society, the family is not able to recognize the disability is due to the illness. They feel it's that person is eccentric, the person is like that, person is lazy. So which needs a lot of awareness for the family, and then they need to be supported for longer because it goes on, it's an ongoing process.
It's run by professionals, it's managed in a professional way, and it is filling a need of a very large community in an area where mental health services do not exist.
ಕಲ್ಲಲ್ಲಿ ಗಂಗಾಧರಪ್ಪ ಕಲ್ಲಲ್ಲಿ ಅದರ ಏನರಲ್ಲಂದರೆ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ.
ಅವರು ಒಂದೊಂದು ಸಲ ಒಂದೊಂದು ಥರ ಮೆಂಟಲ್ ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಬರ್ತದೆ. ಎದುರಿಗೆ ಇದೆ ಗಂಗಾಧರಪ್ಪ ಹುಡುಗರ ಮೇಲೆ ಹೋಗೋದು, ದೊಡ್ಡವ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಹೋಗೋದು ಥರ ಮೆಂಟಲ್ ಶಾಂಕು.
He was wandering the streets and he was walking about on the road, sometimes with dangerous weapons in his hand, and that was very scary for the people around, and people used to run away from him, or people used to avoid even passing by his door side.
ಈ ದುಡ್ಡುದು ಈ ಕೆಲಸ ನಿಂತೋಯ್ತು. ಮಗಳು ಬೇರೆ ಮದುವೆ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಟ್ಟ, ಮನೆಗೆ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ನಾನು ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಲ್ಲ, ಒಬ್ಬಳೇ ಮಗಳು ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟೆ. ಬೇರೆಯವ್ರ ಹತ್ರ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಮನೆಯವ್ರನ್ನ ಗಲಾಟೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾಯಿದ್ರು. ಯಾರನ್ನ ಬಂದರೆ ಮನೆಗೆ ಅಕ್ಕಿ ಎತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗಿ ಕೊಡ್ತಾನೆ, ತಿನ್ನಿರಿ ಅಂತ. ಏನೇನ ಅದು ಇದು ಆ ಸಗಣಿ ಎತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬರೋದು.
ಆವಾಗ ಏನೋ ಯಾವ ಹೋಗಕ್ಕೆ ಬರೋದು ಜನಗಳು ಅದು ಇದು ಅಂತ ಮನಸ್ಸಿಗೆ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು. ನಾನು ಕಾಯ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಇದು ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಭಯ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು, ಪಾಪ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು.
When he was well enough to earn for himself and his family, he was earning something like somewhere anything between 500 to 1000 rupees, which is about 8 to 16 UK pounds. But now that he has been unwell for about 4 to 5 years, his daily income is almost, nothing. It's nothing at all. And he's surviving on the mercy and the pity which people feel for him in his family.
Well, basically what they're trying to do in the daycare center is they're trying to provide vocational skills to patients who are still under treatment, to give them an extra sort of support and to become economically productive.
ఇప్పుడు 6 ఏళ్ళ నుంచి ఇట్లా అయింది. ఇట్లా ఇదైపోయి రైతులనే వాకిలు తీసేసి వెళ్ళేసిండే. చెట్టు దగ్గరికి పోయేదే, ఒక చెట్టు దగ్గర నిలుచుకునేదే, ఇట్లా అనేదే. ఎవరన్నా పోతా ఉంటే అది నాదే అనేదే. లేదు కష్టం పడాలే, దుడాలే, ఏమన్నా సంపాదించాలే, తినాలే అనేది జ్ఞానం లేదు.
He has been utilizing the facility of the daycare center, where we have all facilities to train them in social skills and vocational training. Handlooming, we have taught him, has made it possible for him to earn rupees 50 to 20 per day, which is about 25 pence, and that adds to the family income of around 50 rupees per day, which is just 75 pence per day.
Having one person recovered and well in the village is a model for the whole village to follow. It is very important because it is money we're getting out of British Asian donors, and it is important that that money is used in a manner that can bring about the best possible change.
Da 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 da. चामड़ी न तेज तो सुकाना रे हे सुकानी चामड़ी रे सुदा माजी दुआर कामा पले आधारे दर्शन करवा नात नारे.
We tend to work with the most poorest of the poor. It doesn't matter what religion they are, what caste they are, what social background they come from, whether they're men, women, disabled, it really doesn't matter. AFP is completely apolitical, a-religious.
दो के राइट्स के बाद जब कैंप संकलित नगर में ऑर्गेनाइज हुआ, हमारे कैंप में उन्होंने लोगों को रिहेबिलिटेशन के लिए मकान का डिपॉजिट दिया था, मकान दिलवा दिए थे. यहाँ हमारे यहाँ संकलित नगर में तो एक ही कम्युनिटी के मुस्लिम कम्युनिटी के लोग थे, लेकिन दूसरे कोई कैंप में था वहाँ उन्होंने वो करा था, हेल्प किया था.
My name is Asha. I am 12 years old.
We work with projects that enable children to come either for schooling in the morning or afternoon. That allows a child to also work, because that's a reality. These children also have to supplement their family income.
तांदूलनी भाजी प्रभु जमगीरदारी रे वाली वाली आलो नाची ये सुकानी चामड़ी रे सुदा माजी दुआर कामा पले आगा.
AFP is special because it is started by the British Asian community. We are the founders, we have the vision, we have the passion, and we very much hope we will inspire other British Asian people to be part of this movement.